Hello there, Daniel Ford and Mitsubishi. This is Coach Stephanie with your monthly review for the month of February. Last month, we only got a few calls in for you guys because we've had issues in the past few months with being able to pull calls in your new system. However, I believe we finally have that straightened out, and it looks like we'll be able to hit goal going forward. But your last coaching month was December, and we ended with a 2.80. And out of the three calls that we did for the month of February, we only ended with a 1.34. So we did have a significant decrease. We want to be sure that everyone is reviewing their calls. We still have two of the three that need to be reviewed, so please have everyone to review those as soon as possible. Also, we want to be sure that once they review the calls, that they go back in and get their certifications back to 100%. And it looks like that we have a couple of people, Phil and Scott, actually the only ones who are not 100%, but I know I just coached a call for Phil the other day, so it could just be that he hasn't had a chance to redo his certification since then. So just please make sure that everyone is reviewing their calls and then doing their certifications immediately following so that they can implement the tips and the tricks that they learn into their very next coaching session. Taking a look here at last month, we ended with 2 calls in the below average category and 2 calls that were in the poor category. Only 1 call resulted in an appointment and 1 call was offline. So 25% of our calls were offline, and the company average is 32.66. 25% of our calls resulted in the appointment category, where the company average is 33.26. I like to see 50% or higher, and I know that we can do that. We had 50% of our calls in the poor category and 50% in the below average category, and you can see that is well above the company average. However, I don't feel that we got a true evaluation because we only did 3 calls for the dealership, so we'll see what happens this month after we do our normal amount of calls and get in those 10. But definitely please have everyone to review their calls as soon as they possibly can so that we can be sure that they are implementing the tips and tricks into their very next phone call. Thanks so much for all that you do. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. I'm here to help in any way that I can. I will definitely follow up with you guys. I definitely want to be sure that you have everything that you need from me and the tools that you need in order to be successful. I hope you guys are having a great month, and I'll talk with you.